Jussie Smollett is offended by his own texts. As you guys know, a black actor by the name of Jussie Smollett, or as Dave Chappelle put it, Juicy Smollett, is on trial for arranging a fake hate crime against himself. If he's found guilty on everything, he could face up to 3 years in prison. So, what's he focused on during his trial? Being offended by someone reading his own words back to him. The prosecutor is white and was reading texts that Jussie had written back and forth with the guys he hired to pretend to attack him, and as you should do, he read the texts verbatim. It's a court of law, and these texts are evidence. They should be read exactly how they're written. Well, that was too much for Jussie, and he was offended. This is according to TMZ. The Empire actor stopped prosecutor Dan Webb, who's white, during his line of questioning during cross-examination Tuesday, and flat out asked the guy to stop repeating the slur while quoting messages Jussie had sent to the Osondero brothers on the day of the alleged attack. Jussie said in court, "Can you spell or say the N-word out of respect for every African American in this room? You've been saying that word a lot." That's funny, isn't it? This guy is such a victim that he can't even hear his own text read out loud without being offended. I mean, if that word is so offensive, then why does he use it? The left have brainwashed so many people to be offended that context means nothing. This is a trial, and these texts are evidence. And a permanent victim like Jussie was offended to hear a white man read what he wrote. I want to point out something in the TMZ article, too. They said that Jussie flat out asked the guy to stop repeating the slur while quoting Jussie's text messages. Was Jussie and his cohorts using the N-word as a slur? Or does it only become a slur when a white person is entering his words as evidence in a trial? That's the standard that the left have created. And what's sad is that it hurts black people. This guy is facing 3 years in prison, and he had the energy to focus on being offended, which is actually what got him in this mess in the first place. This guy is such a victim that he let it stop him from living his dream. He was an actor on a popular TV show on a major network. And the story goes that he got some hate mail that the network didn't take seriously, so he decided to stage this hate crime. And for anyone who thinks this wasn't a hoax, when the police arrived at his house, he was still wearing the rope around his neck.
And the reason I'm calling because let's not forget, sir. Okay. You want to take it off or anything? Yeah, I do. I just want you to see it.
Think about how absurd that is. He wants us to believe that 2 Trump supporters attacked him, threw bleach on him, and tied a rope around his neck. And then when he got away, he didn't take the rope off of his neck? I mean, he's running away from 2 racist attackers who were trying to lynch him old-school Democrat style, and he never thought to take the rope off to make sure they weren't successful? Then he wore it all the way home and didn't take it off until the police arrived and asked him to? That's so absurd. Those police officers knew right away that something wasn't adding up. Being a victim destroyed this guy's career. But being a victim is also causing a lot of people to never even get a career. In the left's attempt to divide us, they're giving anyone who's not a white heterosexual male an excuse for failure. And here's the thing, we're all predisposed to making excuses for not doing what it is we need to do. We all start out as kids who blame others for our failures. We make excuses for not being able to clean our room or not finishing our homework. It's only when you mature do you start taking responsibility for your actions and for the direction of your life. The left are essentially stunting the growth of as many people as possible, because that helps them achieve their political agenda. I talked about this in my last video. They need you to be dependent on the government for them to gain enough power to implement their far-left utopia. And what a utopia that would be, right? A society where everyone is so emotionally weak that the reading of your own words have to be censored so you don't get offended. I sure hope people are waking up to this nonsense. Some of the time I feel like they are, and some of the time I feel like there's just no hope. But I am afraid that Jussie Smollett is actually a victim, a brainwashed victim of the far left. And that's the simple truth. Hey guys, thanks for watching. And if you all want to support this channel, check out the links in the description, and let's keep putting some common sense back into the great debate.